What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of DNA Real Talk, the all-movie podcast version of the DNA page, channel. Yeah.
Yep.
That.
Yep.
You can find us on Facebook and YouTube and all that shit, all right? We don't have to go fully into it anymore because I feel like you've been around long enough to where we don't have to say this anymore. So, with that being said, first thing we always say, what have we all been watching?
Dude, Batman v Superman. Batman Returns was on TV the other day. I just want to say, that movie's great. Those first two, like the 89 Batman and Batman Returns, are just... they're amazing. They are awesome. Michael Keaton is the best. He's the best.
He is the best.
And then, like, I turned it on, and it was the scene where, like, Danny DeVito is crawling out of the lake, and Christopher Walken's throwing that weird party in the ice layer or whatever, and, like, Danny DeVito just, like, ranting and pulling out all these umbrellas that do all these weird different things, and, like, it's so funny. And, like, Christopher Walken, just the way, his face and, like, the way they do his hair and, like, his white eyebrows, and it was just... it's great. That movie's great. And then, like, Michelle Pfeiffer is just, like, the best / worst.
What?
It's just so weird.
I still think she's the best Catwoman. Anne Hathaway.
No, I mean, like pre-Catwoman. Like, before she's Catwoman. And she's just, like, weird and, like, it looks like she doesn't really know what she's doing. Like, I know that's, like, the quirk. Like, she's weird and whatever, but, like... then, like, when she turns into Catwoman, that, like, the weird leather, like, stitched together suit, and, like, it's just awesome. It's awesome.
It's real Tim Burton, the way that suit looks.
Yeah, and she's just like, oh, you're the Batman. Or just Batman. And then Michael Keaton just kind of does that weird stare that he does in the Batman suit because he can't turn his neck, and then he just walks away. He's like, and she's like, whatever you prefer, it's fine. So good.
Yeah.
She's so good.
She's like really weird in that movie because I remember the beginning when she's like, it's more of just like a question, and then everyone just walks out and she goes, like, just a question, what you stupid corn dog, like things she says in that movie are just so bizarre. But yeah, that's one thing you've been watching. I've actually, since the last time, like last time I've been on Real Talk, I've watched like a shit ton of movies in between here and there. So I'm gonna run through like 3 of them and just say whether or not I think you guys should see them. Now, one I watched recently that I actually really liked was called Hail Caesar. If you guys have heard of that.
Yeah.
It's the Coen brothers' new movie.
Yeah, that's the one with, like, Channing Tatum's, like, in it, and there's, like, a bunch of people in it, and, like, George Clooney is like the main character, I guess. Is that what I would say?
Josh Brolin's the main character, but in the trailers, you know, it's like George Clooney looks like the main actor.
Isn't it like kind of like a spoof type movie?
It's really like a look at what it's like being involved in the Hollywood studio industry. And I thought that was done really well, and I think it looks super authentic. Like, there's a couple scenes where it's like, it really must be a love letter to like 30s cinema, because there's like a scene with Channing Tatum where he does like tap dancing and stuff, and
I saw him talk about that.
Yeah, this whole big musical number, and it feels straight out of like White Christmas or something, and it looks amazing.
He was saying
in
an interview about that. He's like, I have so much respect for people back then because they had to do it in one take.
Yeah, and
he's like, we got to keep redoing it. He's like, and I'm a dancer, and I was like, he was dying. Intense. He's like, I have so much respect for those people.
Which it was cool. It's like, if you look closely, it's like there's no stunt double. It's like Channing Tatum's actually doing flips and jumping on top of tables and shit, and it was really good. And
I always forget that Channing Tatum was like a dancer first before, because he started out in like those weird step up movies and like then he became an actor, but he was a dancer first, and I always forget that.
But I think that's one movie everyone should look up, because I thought it was really interesting, and like all Coen brothers movies, they have great dialogue. So that's one thing I would suggest.
I couldn't really tell if I wanted to see it from the trailers. It just felt kind of like confusing.
The trailers make it look confusing for sure.
And it turned me off. But if you say it's worth it, then.
And even watching the movie, it's like, it almost feels like there's like not big conflict they're trying to resolve at the end. It almost just feels like here is a day in the life of being at a movie studio and all the different cogs that are involved. That's the best way I can describe Hail Caesar. And I thought it was very well done, even though I know when it came out, I think it was like a box office bomb or something like that. And it got
I never remember hearing
it got like
much.
really mixed reviews, but I think it's well worth your time. That's one movie I can say. There's a ton more that I've seen, but I'll save those for later. One thing I was telling you guys about, because this trailer came out like 2 days ago, or maybe it was just the other day, but the studio A24, which has done amazing work so far, they've made Room, they've made Under the Skin, they've made Tusk, they've made The Witch, and now their newest movie is called Swiss Army Man, and I just wanted to know what you guys thought of it.
Yeah, you know what? It kind of, like, after watching that trailer, it kind of reminded me of like a weird comedic take on Castaway. And like
I didn't even think about
and
that.
Daniel
That's
Radcliffe
funny.
is Wilson.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of what it reminded me of. Like this guy is stuck on an island, but in a comedic take, and he's kind of like.
I don't think it's meant to be funny, but
No,
I get what you're
but
saying.
like
I get it.
that's what the trailer reminded me of. I'm like,
Yeah.
this looks like Castaway, and Daniel Radcliffe is Wilson. That's what I got from the trailer. So
It looks interesting. I mean, it looks like it's going to be really good acting for Daniel Radcliffe. I mean, everything he does is amazing, but it seems like it's going to be really like
Harry Potter's the best movie of all time.
I know, but it seems like it's going to be really like pushing his abilities because it's so like different. But I don't really get it. I don't really know. Gonna have to wait and see. The trailer doesn't really explain much to you.
He does a lot of like, I don't want to say like experimental acting, but he does a lot of like
I think that's
different.
an okay word.
He's been doing a lot of.
What was that movie he did
interesting
right after Harry Potter was over? The Horns. Yeah, like
Which
I
he was good in
was
that.
a lot of,
That movie's kind of weird, but it was definitely like he's good in it.
yeah,
I can say that. He's been doing a lot of interesting like work lately after Harry Potter because he can probably pick whatever he wants now. But it seems like he goes more for indie movies, which I like that a lot more. And after seeing this trailer, it's like this is probably my most anticipated movie of the year, honestly.
It looks cool.
Batman v Superman was mine, and The Witch before that was still way more excited for that than Batman v Superman. Now I really want to see this movie because it looks so. The best thing I can say is it looks super original. Like I've never really heard of or seen a movie like this ever. You know, a man on an island and then a dead guy washes up on the shore. And from the trailer, it looks like he probably most definitely is like hallucinating from starvation, which is what he says in the trailer. And Daniel Radcliffe is doing these crazy things where he's like karate chopping a log in half, and he shoves something down it like a crutch down his mouth and like propels it out, and it's like a grappling hook, and all these weird things are happening.
Like a boat out in the middle of the ocean towards the
and
end of the trailer.
It looks like a really cool, interesting, like
It looks different.
bizarre indie movie, and I've
It definitely,
always wanted that.
from the concept, it seems like it could be really bad. But even from just the trailer, you can tell that it's going to be, the acting's going to save it.
Yeah.
Like Daniel Radcliffe's acting, and I don't remember the other guy's name.
Paul Dano.
Yeah. I don't know. Looks like it'll be saved by the acting. But if you just like explained it to someone, it could be like horrible.
It also looks like a movie that's like for a specific type of audience.
Oh, yeah.
It's definitely not like going to be for everyone. Not
But I feel like it's gonna be.
It.
It looks like it's gonna be like a heartfelt.
have some sort of
I think. All right, now the main focus of today's show, because yesterday they released a trailer for another Disney live-action movie, so we thought today we'd talk about the Disney live-action movies that are going to be coming out this year. Actually, all this year. So we thought we'd talk about them in detail because there's like three.
There's like three major live-action.
Three major ones, and I feel like there is another one too. But
I mean, Beauty and the Beast comes out next year. But
yeah.
We can just include it. It's close enough.
But yesterday they released a trailer for the BFG, which I know they released a teaser for it way back when, but honestly when I saw it, and I never heard of the book before, so when I saw the teaser, they don't show you a goddamn thing, so I was like, what the fuck is this movie about? And then the trailer the other day comes out, and now it's like, I don't know, what did you guys think of it? Because honestly, I was just like, I still don't know if I want to see this movie.
I also don't know that there's a story or what that story is. I'm sure there is one. I don't know. It didn't it didn't reel me in, the trailer. Like, it didn't excite me, really.
I mean, here's the thing. It looks like this movie. I feel like this movie's gonna have the same problem that like Tomorrowland and John Carter had, where like Disney's pouring all this money into this movie and it's gonna tank, and then Disney's gonna be like, well, maybe we shouldn't do original. Like every couple years, Disney does this thing where like they pour a bunch of money into this property, like Chronicles of Narnia, John Carter, Tomorrowland, and like Prince of Persia. Even like they dump all this money into this property that they like want to make a new franchise for them. They want that Pirates effect. Like they dump all this money into this property and it becomes a big Lone Ranger, exactly. And like it's gonna flop. And like this kind of has that Chronicles of Narnia feel where like, yeah, the book, like this story, I don't know anything about the story, but this story could be like some amazing book series that like Narnia was, and they turn it into this big spectacle and it doesn't pan out for them. You know, like I liked Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe fine. I didn't see Prince Caspian or Dawn Treader, which wasn't even done by Disney. I think that was done by Fox. But, you know, I feel like that's, out of all these movies, that's the movie that's not going to be the one that is a success. It looks good. Like,
or they need to do a better job of marketing it. Yeah,
that too. But then again, it has that weird, like, that weird animation that Disney always does, like that, like this is a quote unquote live action movie, but like the animation is like half-assed. Like it doesn't have, like, we're going to talk about Jungle Book in a little bit, like the Jungle Book, those characters look so real.
Yeah.
Even though I don't understand why King Louie's so big, or like Baloo's kind of big too, but like those, at least they look spectacular, and like Shere Khan looks amazing. Whereas like BFG, it's about a orphan, I think, and she like is weird, like she's like the weird orphan, and like she's up late at night and she's talking about the witching hour at the beginning, where like weird things start to happen. And in the main trailer, not the teaser, but the main trailer, she gets taken by a giant, and she gets taken to the land of giants, and voiced by
Mark Rylance.
Yeah, I think that's won the Oscar for
Bridge of Spies.
Bridge of Spies. So
Steven Spielberg and him teaming back up again.
It's just, I mean, it looked like, understandably looks good for like a 8-9-year-old range.
See, I would almost say that, but the way that the giants look, it's like
scary.
They're like all wrinkly and
I can't
fucking
really
horrifying.
tell what the target audience is.
Yeah, really, yeah. Because it's based off, it says in the trailer, it's based off a book called The BFG, which is written by Ronald Dahl, the same guy who wrote Fantastic Mr. Fox and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, which that seems like that was their selling point in the trailer. It's like, don't worry, this movie looks kind of fucky, but it's written by the same guy who did Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, so you should go see this because of that. Like, I feel like that's the only thing that they're trying to get across to, like, sell tickets, because other than that, this movie looks really fucking weird.
Yeah, and I got
with
this
wrinkly giant people.
Yeah,
and like the world that they were trying to show you kind of had this weird, like, Avatar-y vibe.
Yeah, it's like a tree.
Yeah, like a glowing, like all these like glowing scenery type thing. Like, it kind of reminded me of Avatar, and like Avatar wasn't the greatest movie. Sorry, but it wasn't. Like you could have watched like Fern Gully, and that would have gotten the same effects from that. But like,
watch Fern Gully.
Yes, watch Fern Gully. It's great. Robin Williams is the Bat. It's great.
Tim Curry.
Oh, it's so good, so good. But
I can't tell if it was just like not the best trailer or if that's really the representation.
But like Disney had that same problem with Tomorrowland. Like, they're dumping all this money into this movie, and it's not going to do well, and they're going to be like, well, I guess we'll make this money back making more Marvel movies and Star Wars. Like,
right.
I mean, I guess those movies allow them to take chances like this, which is a good thing. Mm-hmm. But like, I mean, if you're going to pour money into something, like, give us Tron 3, or like give us, like, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I know a Haunted Mansion movie is in development. But like,
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like it's kind of out of left field.
I'm just kind of about this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really excited for it.
Yeah, I don't. I don't know if I'm really excited. I didn't see Tomorrowland either, which I really wanted to. We just never really got around to seeing.
I think Tomorrowland's good.
Yeah.
Everyone
And
should
like
watch it.
I really loved John Carter. Like I thought John Carter was awesome,
John Carter's cool.
and I wish that movie would have panned out. But
And I wish The Lone Ranger would have been better.
Yeah.
I was excited for The Lone Ranger.
yeah,
Like, really excited for The Lone Ranger.
yeah.
Yeah.
I have the Infinities, the Disney Infinities,
Probably the only good thing that came out of that movie.
probably.
Yeah. Well, and then we're going to talk about the other one that's going to be coming out later this year, and then we'll talk about The Jungle Book. But the other one is Pete's Dragon, which I know it's based off an old Disney movie, but
I'm really
I
excited.
don't remember a goddamn thing about it.
I don't remember it either. I
Right.
remember
Pete's,
like the
Pete's
name.
Dragon was like it came out around the time that like a little bit after like Mary Poppins. Like
Yeah, I know.
it was when Disney was like obsessed with fusing live action with cartoons.
Yeah, because
like,
I was going to say, whenever I first heard about they're doing a live-action version, I looked up the old movie, and I was like, oh, okay, so this is what it looks like. It's kind of bizarre with, like, the kid with the long hair, and then, like, super cartoon animated dragon that he's, like, resting on his stomach and stuff.
yeah, but the thing I like about what they're doing with this Pete's Dragon, instead of like the old Pete's Dragon, was just kind of like a fun movie, whatever, Disney-fied version of something that's supposed to be like super serious, is Disney's actually taking the serious tone with this movie. It seems like
Robert Redford's in there.
that's not what I'm talking about for this movie, but I'm like this kid has like mental issues. Like he has like they're testing him for like mental health disorders and stuff, and because he spends all of his time in the woods with you know his imaginary dragon, and they're gonna touch on like the mental health issues of this kid.
Oh, wow.
Hopefully they do it right. But
Is
like
that what the old movie was like?
no, that's what Pete's Dragon, the original story, was about.
Oh. Shit.
And then Disney did the Disney
Disney-fied.
thing and made it a fun sing-along dancing. Let's, make a giant green dragon with pink hair and dance with this kid because it's funny. But, like, if Disney does this movie right, this movie's going to be amazing. Because, like, the original story of Pete's Dragon is amazing.
I don't really know what else much else to say about it. The trailer, or at least the only trailer that there is, it's kind of ambiguous. I really don't know what to expect because I've never read the book and I've never even seen the old movie. So
Me either.
I think that's one big reason why I'm excited for it, is because I know nothing about it besides the fact that it's a kid in the forest and there's a dragon.
I'm just really excited because the trailer ends with him, like, sprinting through the forest and jumping off of a ledge.
Yeah, and then you see Pete, or I'm assuming
The
no,
dragon?
the dragon. Does the dragon have a name?
I don't
just
remember
the
what the
dragon.
dragon's name is. He has
Is
one.
it just about like their relationship? Okay.
Yeah. And, like, his family thinks, like, it's just an imaginary friend, and, like,
But he's invested.
he's a little too old to be having imaginary
Yeah.
friends, and, like, yeah, he's, like, really invested in the relationship he has with this dragon, so.
I'd see it. Out of pure curiosity.
Hmm.
It seems like it would be like a visually appealing movie too, if they're like in the forests and things like that.
They gotta get Pete right, or the dragon right, too.
Yeah, because I was gonna say that because he looked super fucking dorky in the old movie.
Well, yeah.
He's like, hoo hoo kind of thing. And I don't know what they would do. But seeing him in the trailer, it's like, I really wonder if this is going to be the first time in forever that the Disney animation isn't going to look super cartoony. And that it might actually look like a real-ish dragon.
Like, they might actually be taking it serious, like The Jungle Book,
Right.
because the animation in that movie is awesome. Oh, so good.
Perfect segue.
Just transition it.
Now we're talking about The Jungle Book, which comes out very soon,
Which,
actually.
by the way, did you hear that Warner Brothers has delayed their version of The Jungle Book indefinitely?
There's another one?
Yeah, I didn't even
Why?
know they were doing one.
Uh-huh. I don't know. Because Warner Brothers is like, sounds like a good idea to make The Jungle Book. Oh, wait, Disney's making a Jungle Book movie? Oh,
Never mind.
yeah.
Well, they got Tarzan. They can do that.
Yeah, can't wait.
I haven't seen The Jungle Book in so long. I remember reading it as a kid. I remember loving it as a kid. I remember loving the movie. But it's just one of those movies I haven't rewatched since I was a kid.
One of
Yeah,
my
me
top
neither.
5 Disney
So I want to
movies.
like rewatch the Disney one before I watch the live action one, just because like I need to go back in that mindset of the Jungle Book. But I'm excited.
Yeah, this is.
It looks like it's gonna be really well done.
The only thing about this movie that bothers me is like, I've watched the Jungle Book so much when I was little that Baloo's voice is so distinctive and like set in my mind, and like going from that deep, raspy like voice that Baloo has in the Jungle Book going to Bill Murray, who plays Baloo in this movie, is like, like it's really throwing me off. But like other than that, like Idris Elba's Shere Khan is like super intense and really scary. And
is there like songs in it?
I don't know.
It's gonna be weird not to have like the songs.
All I've heard is that in an interview on, I think it was Jimmy Kimmel, it was Neil Sethi and Bill Murray, which Neil Sethi is the kid who's playing Mowgli. They said that there is going to be the Bare Necessities song, but it kind of made it sound like that was the only song that's going to be in the movie.
I wonder if they're like, are they going to be singing it, or are they just going to be like
incorporate it somehow?
I mean, like, is it just going to be like not the full song, but just like Baloo walking through the forest, just like singing
whistling it or
like
something,
singing it to himself, kind of not like the big Disney musical number, but just like he's just like rummaging through the forest. He's like, for the bears, as he picks bananas out of the tree or whatever.
I have a feeling it'll probably be something like that.
Yeah.
At least from the trailers, it seems like really serious and like really dramatic, and I'm just like trying to wrap my mind around that being so serious.
Isn't Scarlett Johansson Ka, the snake?
She's something.
Yeah,
I think she's the snake. Yeah.
Which that looks weird, honestly.
Yeah.
That, like you were just saying, how it looks like dark and intense. It's like I really don't know what to expect when it comes to this movie. Shao Kahn looks like all fucked and like he's about to kill anybody, and then there's a huge anaconda wrapping up Mowgli and shit, and it's like, geez, this looks and King Louie looks like a monster. It's like
King Louie's
I don't know.
Huge.
I don't
Who's
know what to
playing
expect.
King Louie?
Christopher Walken.
That's right.
I don't know what to expect when it comes to this movie. It's like,
I feel like the expectation has to be its own movie and not the Jungle Book.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's gonna go and I wonder how many people are gonna go into this movie thinking it's just
like
a remake,
a little kid movie?
A remake of the cartoon, and like it's not that. It's the same issue as like
Deadpool,
the Batman v Superman thing that we talked about earlier, going in expecting a Marvel movie, and it's not.
Yeah.
Like, or even the Deadpool thing where like
or the Maleficent thing.
Yeah, that
too.
That's actually probably the best example to put.
That
Because
is true.
Maleficent had so many expectations upon it, and I thought it was just going to be like a cool prequel to Sleeping Beauty or something like that, or just a Sleeping Beauty kind of thing, and then it turns out being this whole different thing, and I was like, wow, that was pretty
I liked it.
Pretty dumb. I didn't like it
I
at all.
liked it.
Angelina Jolie was good, but other than that, there's like nothing else.
I didn't go in with any
expectations.
expectation though. It was just a movie to me.
I got myself too excited for it.
But yeah, anyway, so I think that's going to be the trouble, is just kind of like separating the two.
Yeah, it's going to take a lot to actually separate these movies for me, because Jungle Book is like one of my top 5 favorite Disney animated movies of all time.
I think it's going to be easier when it comes to like Beauty and the Beast, because aside from the Beast, all the characters are like, most of the characters are human or have like human qualities that you can kind of like, I don't know, understand it in that realm easier. But like with Jungle Book, they're all animals.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to like make them not.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, and like I just feel like the voices from that time are so distinctive too, that like for like I said earlier, like the Baloo is really going to throw me off because it's Bill Murray and not because like it's not like Bill Murray has a non-distinct voice. Bill Murray, like, it's Bill Murray, or like when you hear the original voice actor, that's Baloo, or that's Little John from Robin Hood, or like he plays very specific characters, and like it's just, I don't know, it's gonna throw me off a little bit, and like I'm really, really excited for this movie, and like I understand what they're going for, and like I really think Shere Khan is intense. Idris Elba's Shere Khan is intense, and I really think like I like the tone that they're going for in this movie, and I just hope like my brain can separate the two.
Now, here's a question. Do you think it's necessary to be doing these movies?
Oh, no, I think Disney's just running out of ideas.
Okay.
And they're just...
I find it really unnecessary.
Yeah, oh yeah. I think this is unnecessary. I think the Beauty and the Beast remake is totally unnecessary. Especially since, like, The Jungle Book is, like, 60 years old at this point, and Beauty and the Beast is 20. Like, I mean, Beauty and the Beast is still relevant because that was, like, you know, the reemergence of a golden age for Disney animation was Little Mermaid, Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, Lion King, Mulan. Like, that set of movies is, like, the reemergence of Disney animation, and that's still totally relevant today, whereas, like, The Jungle Book is kind of stuck in that time.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like when it comes to
totally...
Disney, though, it's like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And they're trying to fix stuff that's not broken. People love Disney for it being Disney. They don't need it to be this version of Disney. I don't know.
I mean,
There's nothing wrong with...
But then again, they tried to do that with Cinderella, and Cinderella was really good.
I didn't see it.
So,
And I can understand it about Pete's Dragon because it's like Pete's Dragon was an old goofy movie, but the book is something different. So I feel like this time around, it's like they're trying to do a better version of what they were trying
And I feel like
before.
Cinderella, I mean, there's been remakes before, so I feel like that's kind of easier to digest because they are all just humans, and it is just a regular story. It's, you know, there's no, like...
It's like...
There's more human than there is imagination in Cinderella, so I think that's why that works better. I mean, there's not much you have to really change to make it not animated.
Yeah, and like, there's this rumor going around that Tim Burton is working on a Dumbo live-action movie.
Yeah, I remember hearing that a long time ago, actually.
Yeah, which, like, that's going to be an interesting twist on that.
I don't really remember Dumbo, but...
Dumbo's totally racist.
Honestly, I think...
Is it?
It's
I don't
amazing.
remember
Yeah,
that movie at all.
The birds from Dumbo is just so racist.
Oh, the little ravens. Whatever.
pretty racist. But I think it's fine, Disney doing these remakes, whatever. If they're not good, you still got the original. But I think going over all these movies, I think what they're trying to do is they're making live-action versions of the movies that had the best messages behind them.
Maybe.
BFG, I don't know. Pete's Dragon, I could probably understand what they're going for there. Jungle Book, I'm not sure what the message would be in there. Maybe it's like embrace your inner animal or something like that. And Beauty and the Beast is probably like one of the strongest messages in a Disney movie. But I don't know. Maybe I just think they're going for that.
It's not weird if you have sex with animals.
I don't
I
think
think
that
it's
was
more
the
don't
message.
judge people by their cover. Don't judge a book by its
Which
cover.
I'm actually excited for.
If you talk to clocks and candles, you're not weird.
Hey. No one's weird. I'm actually excited for the Beauty and the Beast things. I kind of feel like with this story like that, it's like no matter what, it's going to end up being or feeling dark-ish. So I kind of feel like that might actually look really cool and be cool. And also, Emma Watson's great, and
Yeah, I
the
love
actor
her.
who's playing the Prince/Beast, Dan Stevens, he's really good too, and I'm excited to see
Josh
him.
Gad is playing Lumiere, I want to say.
Yeah.
Or Cogsworth.
Something like that.
One of the two, yeah.
And Ian McKellen's playing the Candle Dude.
Oh, Ian McKellen's playing Lumiere, so Josh Gad's playing Cogsworth.
Yep.
Which I totally get, because at first I thought he was playing Lumiere, and I was like, I kind of feel him more as Cogsworth, but
Yeah.
now that he's playing Cogsworth, I like, yeah.
Will those characters
Then Luke
be like
Evans.
animated? I don't.
Yeah,
I
I'm
would
sure.
feel like that. Maybe they'll do prosthetics. Who knows? That'd be cool. But they
yeah.
never will. And then I know that Luke Evans is playing Gaston.
Yeah.
That's one thing. No, Josh Gad's playing that other dude. He's not playing the Cogsworth. Cogsworth is being played by someone else. Josh Gad is playing...
Gaston's little buddy.
Yeah, the little dude that goes around that. That's who he's
really?
playing.
Oh.
That's all I can remember right now. Because I remember I was actually like really looking into this movie for Beauty and the Beast because I was curious about it. Ever since way back when, I think last year when they did like a Disney Expo or something like that, and it was Emma Watson on set talking about what they were doing and how it's very musical and how the sets are going to look really cool and all that kind of shit.
See,
Did
that's
they
why I like
color
that
her
because they
hair
can
for that
still make it musical. They can still keep
Yeah.
it pretty much the same, just live action. It would be understandable for them to still sing and dance, as opposed to the Jungle Book one. It's not. They're obviously not going to sing and dance. It's too dark.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I mean, that could just be like certain aspects of the movie. It's not going to be super dark because Disney's
I
never
just
done
mean-
like super dark.
I know. I think it's just I don't have anything against the Jungle Book one. I'm saying like Beauty and the Beast. I can just like digest it easier because I'm like, oh, they're just singing and dancing, but they're real. They're not cartoons. Like
Disney has done really dark moments though.
Yeah, moments,
Like,
but the entire
seen-
movie has.
Yeah.
no, I know.
Have you seen The Lone Ranger?
No.
I think The Lone Ranger probably has one of the darkest moments in Disney history, and that is that the main villain of the movie eats someone's heart.
Gross.
That was kind of fucked, and I was like, "This isn't a Disney movie."
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they did stuff like that, and like they did weird stuff, and like
I know Pirates
Disney.
got kind of dark and stuff, where like people were getting killed and whatever, but it's like that was like,
can we talk about how awesome that first Pirates movie is, though?
I want to rewatch all those so bad.
Black
They
Pearl
all
was so
blended
good.
together. I don't
not a fan of
remember.
the pirate movies, to be honest.
Black Pearl was so good. The other ones are kind of like meh, but Black Pearl was like really good.
We'll rewatch them. I've been meaning to for like 6 months.
Yeah.
Are there any other live action ones? Rumors?
I really don't. Can't remember any. At least this year. I mean,
Are there? Here's a question for you. Are there any animated movies that Disney should not touch to be
Yes.
remade?
I think they've already touched the best ones, to be honest.
Like they shouldn't though remake the movies.
If they try to do like Little Mermaid, I think that would be really weird. If they tried to do Aladdin, I think that'd be
The
kind of
Little
weird.
Mermaid would be so
Ooh,
weird.
See, what's funny is we were talking about that before, but I would kind of like them to do that, and I don't know if they're still going to. 'Cause I thought,
Aladdin could work.
not Aladdin actually. What I was getting at was, I remember hearing rumors about it, but I think it would actually be really cool if they made a live action version of Mulan.
Mulan,
Yeah,
yeah,
Mulan
that
would
could
be
work
cool. It
because
could be
they're
like-
all
it could be like-
human.
It could be like war and
Oh, yeah.
really intense.
Mulan's
and
underrated,
It
I
could be
think.
like
I
a
love
really
Mulan.
I
great
know.
film, not a movie. It could be a great film,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know if they're gonna do that.
If,
Animated movies? I don't know.
if they try to touch like Lion King or something, no.
Yeah, I couldn't see that.
how,
no.
how would they do that?
I know,
I
I'm
really
just
don't see how they
saying,
would.
like-
I mean, it'd be the same as the Jungle Book.
Right.
It would just be the
I know.
Idris Elba's Scar, though.
I just like that movie's so close to my heart. I would just be upset.
Just
if
make
they-
Jeremy Irons Scar again.
That's true. Whoopi Goldberg is the hyena.
Well, they would
Oh,
just
that's
have all
right.
the same people that already did it. Nathan Lane and
Ferris
Oh,
Bueller
God.
could play adult Simba again. Be all good.
I don't know. I don't know
Matthew
what else.
Broderick was adults.
Yeah.
Jeez, I don't know these voices sometimes.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas was baby
Yeah,
Simba.
that's what I was trying
Ooh,
to
a
think
live
of.
action oh no, it's already been done. I was gonna say a live action version of Pocahontas would be cool, but that's technically already been done.
What is that?
Terrence Malick did a movie a while ago called The Lost World, and it's essentially
Uh-oh.
Pocahontas. So
I don't really remember Pocahontas. That one never really.
It was okay. There
got
was like
to me.
there's a stretch after The Lion King that movies weren't like very memorable. Like right after The Lion King, it was Hunchback of Notre Dame wasn't very good.
I liked that
And it
movie.
did not. Yeah, but it didn't follow the book at all though. That book is so dark.
yeah,
Well-
the David Lynch movies proper adaptation
Yeah.
of it. The Disney one's just like
Hercules was like
I loved
Okay.
Hercules.
Hades
I loved
is awesome.
Yeah,
Everything
Hades
else,
is
everything else
amazing.
about the movie is kind of like.
I
Meg is
loved
like
that movie.
Meg is like super annoying and
The
like
songs are awesome.
Yeah, the
I
songs are
loved that movie.
and
But-
then like what else did they do like right after that? And then like Mulan was like the one shining spot after Lion King, which was like really good. And then like they did all this weird stuff like Meet the Robinsons was really weird and
I never
like,
watched any of that.
what was the movie they did right after that was really weird too. But then like they started doing a resurgence of animated movies again. Like Princess and the Frog was pretty good.
I never saw that.
Never saw it.
That's when I kinda
Wreck-It
stopped
Ralph is
watching.
like amazing. And,
I liked
and
that.
everybody's saying Zootopia is like the best Disney movie since
Yeah,
Lion King.
we're saying that too.
And like I really want to see Zootopia
Yeah, we'll
really
see that
bad.
soon.
So
I'm not gonna go see it.
I will.
You
It's
guys
good.
can see that one. I'm not gonna see it. I'm not interested.
Oh,
in
we'll
Zootopia.
rent it. I don't know that we'll go see it. We have a lot of movies to
I
see.
would love to see that movie in the theater.
Okay.
Everybody I've said is like that movie is like not for kids. Like it is, but it's not.
Really?
Like there's a lot of like it's one of those movies where like kids won't get it because they're too young.
Like the
Inside
Lego
Out.
movie?
I haven't seen the Lego movie yet.
Just watch the fucking Lego movie.
I think moral of the story is with the live action, like, do it if it works, but I don't want it to get to the point where it's like, okay, what do we have left? Let's get these ones in too.
I
So
think
we
another
can...
movie that could work, and a couple other movies that would work well too, would be like The Black Cauldron.
I have no idea what that is.
And Sword in the Stone.
Sword in the Stone, I know that one. I don't know though.
Black Cauldron was like this.
Wait,
it was the movie they did before Little Mermaid. It was still like their experimental. Like, I don't know if Disney's relevant in animation right now, and it was like the movie they did right before, and it was really kind of weird and quirky and like almost good. Like there's bits and pieces that are really good, but like I don't know, it's kind of weird.
What about like a Snow White?
See, I was just about to say it. I was
They
like,
did.
I wouldn't want
Kristen
them to touch
Stewart's
that.
Snow White.
No, not that one. Fuck that one.
Like the actual Snow White story, not like
That
some
new one
Huntsman
looks
thing.
okay though.
Please tell me you're joking.
I mean,
The Huntsman thing?
it looks okay.
Fuck that. It looks stupid as shit. And it's like, why are you making this movie, dude? It's like Snow White and the Huntsman was already really dumb.
Oh, I agree. Like that.
And they're trying to extend upon
I don't
it,
think it-
with like this completely unjustifiable storyline just to make a dumbass movie off it. It's ridiculous. But that was the one I was saying I hope they don't touch is Snow White, because I always really loved the old Snow White movie.
Yeah,
I think
that's
it's
one of my
hysterical,
favorites.
and I think the animation is incredible and everything like that. It's like, I don't
It's
do
such
it.
a classic. I mean, they're all classics, but that's kind of like,
That-
yeah,
we watched-
don't
Wasn't
touch
that like
it.
the first movie ever to have color or something like that?
It was
Don't
like his first
it was
big
the
animated
first
production.
fully animated movie.
fucking touch that movie.
You know, remember all like we watched that Disney documentary and like remember the deleted scenes, like they had a couple Snow White like deleted scenes that were like kind of hilarious, like the dwarves were kinda, singing their own song and
Yeah,
like,
that thing on like ABC or something. Yeah,
It was,
Yeah,
like,
that
it was really
movie-
interesting.
that's it's been around so long that it's like no.
Yeah.
All right, we kind of went off on a Disney tangent there.
Yeah, we did.
All right, now we got a few questions we're
Cameron
gonna.
loves his Disney.
Ugh. No, I don't. Disney's fine. They have a few gems amongst all the shit. But we're gonna go into some questions now. We got two.
How about that gem, the game plan with The Rock?
Ugh.
Anyway,
Was the Tooth Fairy? Was that Disney too?
Probably. I don't know.
A few questions we got here. We might only answer one of them though. But first one, actually, I'm gonna skip that one. We kind of already talked about that. Second one is from Michael, who says, "What role do you want to see Bryan Cranston take on now?"
We've
that's
talked
a
lot about-
180.
We've talked a lot about Bryan Cranston on this podcast.
He's a great man. Honestly, I'd like to see him go back to comedy.
Mm-hmm.
He's been doing serious stuff for a while now. He did Breaking Bad, then he did Trumbo, and now he's doing All the Way. And he even did, I'm pretty sure he did like another serious movie in between here and there. Yeah, he was in Argo too. It's like, I think he should go back to comedy, because the only thing that he's done like recently that was comedy was, or it wasn't even that recent, it was like a few years ago. He was in Rock of Ages, and he was like the corrupt governor who had like paid for hookers and stuff like that. And he was supposed to be like over the top.
I just love Malcolm in the Middle, Bryan Cranston.
Yeah.
Like that.
And I want
That
to
is
see
like
him.
what I love the most.
I really want to see him go back to comedy, because Malcolm in the Middle. I mean, he's like the best. He is the best part of that show. He's absolutely hysterical.
He's psychotic. He's erratic. He's
And I
love it.
I'd love to see him go back to like a comedy to where he'd be the main character, and it could just be something based around him. That's the best kind of thing. I don't know if that's an exact role, but that's a genre I think he should go back to.
not completely leave it as if it was like his stepping stone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like the idea that he was actually considered for Lex Luthor?
Yeah, I remember for a long time I thought it'd be really cool if it would be him, but I feel like it would have been like a weird age difference between all of them. That Batman's the old one, but then Lex Luthor's old too, but then Superman's younger. It's just like, I think it's better that Superman and Lex Luthor are the same age and Batman's slightly older than all of them. So I thought if he was Lex Luthor, it might have been bizarre, but it would have been cool.
What about?
I still thought he should be Commissioner Gordon,
Yeah.
because he voiced him in the Batman Year One movie, and then it'd be really cool to see him actually be him.
Yeah. There was a rumor going around that he, like, you remember that rumor we talked about a couple of weeks ago that Ice Cube was going to be J. Jonah Jameson?
Yeah,
There's a rumor circulating like last week that he was like in the running for that.
Bryan Cranston.
Yeah.
Shit, that'd be interesting. But any roles you got?
I mean, See, I don't know. I didn't watch Breaking Bad, and I didn't watch Malcolm in the Middle, and I didn't he was in a couple episodes of How I Met Your Mother, and he's the weird neighbor in King of Queens, and like that's where I know him. And then we watched Trumbo, which he was amazing in. So like he obviously has range. Like I can't really think of anything off the top of my head. But like I don't know. I don't want him. Like here's the thing. I don't want him to go like into one of these big like blockbustery movies. Like like as much as I would like to see him play Commissioner Gordon, like I don't want him to go that route for some reason.
Yeah, I'd rather him stay in like smaller films, to be honest.
Yeah.
Even in Godzilla, he was great in Godzilla.
So like I don't really have a particular role. I just know I don't want him to get like go into these like big multi-movie universe blockbustery type movies.
Keep doing the kind of like more meaningful.
Yeah, because I feel like he fits better in that mold, and like maybe even go back to TV and do something cool.
Yeah.
So
that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I always thought it'd be kind of funny or interesting if they did like a Malcolm in the Middle, like everyone's older now kind of thing. I mean, everyone's still alive. It's not like anybody. It's not like Reese.
Well, that's Netflix's next venture.
Right.
Fuller House, and
it's not like the kid who played Reese
Malcolm in the Middle
got
is
a
never
drug
cheesy,
problem.
so
Yeah, it could be good, but who knows?
Yeah.
Because Fuller House. Haven't you guys been watching that?
I'm not like religiously. I did though,
Yeah.
just for the sake of watching it, not out of enjoyment.
No thanks.
Yeah. Full House is just like I don't know. It's too cheesy for me. Like all those.
I've said that with my brother before. I think the biggest thing about TV shows like that is like I really just don't like. Majority of the times, I do not like sitcom behavior. Where it's like we're talking like this because we know the audience is right there, or I have to make a joke. I'm saying something I would never actually say in real life, but it's only because I'm trying to make everyone laugh. It's like that's the biggest thing I don't like about sitcom behavior.
Here's the one thing though. We did talk about this on a TV talk or a couple weeks ago on a show or whatever. But for what Fuller House was trying to do, like I really feel like they pulled off the sequel to Full House. This is what Full House was, and this is what Fuller House is. Like I feel like it captures what Full House was trying to do better than like we both loved Boy Meets World, so we've been watching Girl Meets World, and like it does not do the Boy Meets World thing like at all.
It does its own thing.
It is not Boy Meets World, whereas Fuller House is totally Full House. So like if you love Full House, like you're gonna love Fuller House type deal.
Anyway, how do we even end up on that? Oh, we're talking
Bryan
about Malcolm in
Cranston.
the Middle.
All right, well,
Any other questions?
Maybe they'll do a gritty reboot of Full House, and he'll be Danny Tanner.
Danny Tanner.
God.
I don't know any of these names.
That's Bob Saget's character.
Bob Saget's character.
That's always been so ironic that like he plays Danny Tanner because like his stand up is super raunchy and like sexual and drugs. And...
Yeah, have you ever watched Entourage where he plays a character of himself?
No.
Where he plays Bob Saget, but he plays the character Bob Saget, not like real life Bob Saget.
Yeah.
So like he always has like all these young girls around him and like all these drugs and alcohol. Just like he's laying in his Hollywood penthouse or whatever and is like cracking jokes and whatever.
Yeah.
And like snorting cocaine and he has all these like girls around him and stuff and makes people do things for him. And like it's just really funny. And his cameo in the Entourage movie is like super hilarious because like he has these two girls over, but he realizes one of them is like friends with his daughter.
Oh my god.
So he asks Vince, like the main character of Entourage, like he's like, can you fuck my daughter's friend so I don't feel bad about it?
Oh my god.
I was like, oh my gosh, this is so funny. Anyways.
Okay, well, on that note.
We went from Disney to that.
Bob Saget. On that note, we're going to end this episode of Real Talk. You can find all of our stuff on YouTube. You can find us on Facebook and Twitch and Twitter. And you can buy our stuff at redbubble.com. And I know last episode I said the same thing, but I'm going to say it again, is that we have been slacking on Redbubble stuff, but there will be things up soon. We're working on designs where we're all in artist's block right now. We can't really think of exactly what to do, but we'll have stuff up there soon. And on that note, and that's a wrap.